I'm Ibrahim Onur Aksoy, the former head coach of women's swimming team of Turkish national, and I'm former women's head coach of Fenerbahce Sports Club, the biggest sports club of Turkey. I grew up in Duisburg, Germany, so I met swimming in Germany. I have to tell, I started swimming there when I was a very little kid, and it brought me a lot of things. I started swimming there. Then I moved to Turkey when I'm 8 years old. But in Turkey, on when those years were, swimming was not a popular sport as now. Nowadays, it's very popular in Turkey, and we can find a lot of pools here. But on those years, it was like 1985. In Turkey, you wouldn't easily find a club to swim. So I have to make a little rest on those days, but I didn't separate myself from sports. I did another sports by the time. I did soccer. I played football. I did athleticism, running, and then in days in Germany, I loved swimming. And I was always sorry that I have to quit swimming when I come back here. But after years, I become a student of physical education in Marmara University. I started swimming there when I was on that age again, but I swim for schools. I started swimming again, and when come in the school as the first class, I said I want to work as a swim coach because swimming was really my loved one because I had to end my swimming career up when I come back to Turkey, and it was hard for me to get used to a new life here. So when I go to university, I reach my swimming again. When I meet my swimming teacher in university, he was the head coach of Fenerbahce Sports Club. And when I entered the water to make the training with him, he said, "Okay, please come to Fenerbahce and work with us for the swimming schools." Okay, I said I can try. At the same time, one of my friend invited me as a water polo coach as well. He wanted me to be a water polo coach in another club. I went both of them for like 2 or 3 weeks. Then I said, okay, I love swimming more, but they are very similar, you know. But I like swimming more, so swimming more. Then I started my career as a swimming teacher on the swimming schools in Fenerbahce Sports Club. So it was the first time I decided to become a swimming coach because I entered the waters. I see the smiling face of the kids. You know, it's really very important for me to see those smiles on their face, to have good time and to teach them. It's like everything for me to see those smiles on their face. Uh, on those years. Now those smilings are when they look at the tablet, they see the best times. You know, after those best times, they smile, and that smiles reminds me the smiles when I was teaching swimmers swimming on the years that I was working with the smaller kids, younger kids. So that smile is very important for me. When I saw the smile on the kid's face, I decided to become a swimming coach. Those smiles make me a swimming coach, I can say. First step is always reading, but reading is really not enough because book is very different from the real life. So you have to connect them together. I look at that. I was always reading, and all the athletes are very different from each other. So maybe sometimes I can do a great job with one athlete, but when I use the same system, the other athlete is not good enough as the other one. So I make a decision on those years, and I said I have two ways to behave. The first way was okay, look, to talk with the not developing athlete, there is two ways. One way is, look, your friend did best times, your friend swim very good, and it's your fault that you couldn't do the best time. So I'm doing really great trainings. I'm a good trainer, and it's your fault. That was the one way, and the other way was uh, just talking about that undeveloping athlete, concentrating on him or on her. And nowadays, her, I'm female woman team athlete, so concentrating on her and thinking about why she couldn't do her best time. Okay, it is not important. Her friend did the best time because he's the hero of his her own book. Every athlete is hero of their own life. So I have to concentrate on them, not blaming her that her friend did the best time. No, the way is the way of developing and the way of reading is uh, should be like this to criticize myself and to criticize the athlete. So I started to talk like this. Okay, she did the best time. What we did wrong about you, me and the athlete. So when I start to think about that, I discovered that more athletes did the best times, more athletes has done a greater job. So uh, instead of blaming the athlete of not swimming good time, I started to criticize myself, and I started to find new solutions. I started to try new solutions, and every try was not successful. And after every try, after every unsuccessful try, was a book for me. And then I said, okay, this is the way of developing. Criticizing myself, there can be 10 athletes in my group. 9 of them can do the best time, and 1 of them couldn't. I have to criticize myself why she couldn't do the best time. I have to find a way. So uh, all those tryings and all those uh, tries about finding ways was a book for me, and it developed myself a lot, and it still continues. And another way of developing is really this very important as well. I always find a way to work with young coaches because they are always having new informations, the new information from the school, the new information from the life. I always try to keep a young coach near me, and I always ask him or her to criticize everything he sees. So this is the way of developing. I don't want to say that I'm now the national coach, but I can't be the one who knows everything. No, I'm not Mr. Google. So nobody is Mr. Google. So I have to find a way to work with the young coaches. I always keep young coaches with me, so my athletes, my unsuccessful tries, my successful tries, and young coaches, uh, and reading books uh, makes my developing, and it's my developing philosophy, I can say. As my coaching philosophy, first step is every athlete is a diamond. Every person is a diamond, so every athlete is a diamond as well. And I think swimming is the hardest sport of the world because you are racing with yourself. You are not in a team as well when you are racing on a lane, and you cannot talk a lot when you are swimming. You cannot chat your friend. It's anaerobic. Your face is always in the water. An athlete, a runner, can always talk and can always take breath. For example, you are a player, volleyball, basketball. That's a game. In swimming, you don't play game. It's not a game. And in swimming, one little finger can make your time good or bad. You make your finger like this for 7 seconds and you are done. You can't find any sport like that in the world. So it's the world's hardest sport, really. And it's really very hard for the coaches as well. It's not easy. So when you are doing very hard sport, when you are coaching very hard sport like this, you really have to have a very strong philosophy. So my philosophy first is every athlete is a diamond, and then every diamond has her own character and has her own way of developing. We have to find that way. The way I do is not correct for every athlete, so I have to have a lot of ways to develop them. And the other thing is, it's really very important. Um, Talent and hard work goes together. If you have, I always do it like this. I write on the table, talent is your point from 1 to 10. 1 to 10. You can choose a number. My talent is 6 points. My talent is 7 points. My talent is 2 points. You, I don't do that. Athletes do that their own. And in near next to that, it writes hard work. And your hard work is from 1 to 100. And you multiple your talent with your hard work, and you find a number. That number is your swimming career.